I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and in case you guys are new to my channel, I teach guys who are recently out of a divorce or a breakup, or they just want to get back into the game and really just attract that quality dream relationship. I help you guys do that, and we have a lot to cover in this video. There's so much value that we're going to be sharing with you guys today, and the title of this video is How to Really Attract Your Dream Girl and Relationship. Here's a 3-step guide for you guys. It's going to help you guys do that pretty quickly, pretty effortlessly. So, disclaimer, this doesn't matter if you've been through a divorce or a breakup or maybe a bad rejection, and this will work if you apply everything that I talk about, and it's impossible for you to not get your dream girl if you do all this stuff. Most guys, they don't know this stuff, and once they do know it, they just don't apply it. And it's not that this stuff is really difficult or hard, it's just that men grow comfortable. And so if you guys do this, you will get results, just know that. And you're gonna be learning from the success of my clients of how they might have been boring, awkward, uncomfortable around girls and around women to now crushing it in their dating life. And so let's just jump right into it. Now, this is for you, right? This is for you if you are the perfect boyfriend, right? The perfect boyfriend on paper. What that includes is great income, full hobbies, and overall, you have your life together, right? And the reason that I say like you need a great income, or at least like decent, like you don't have to be like some of my clients who are really great, successful entrepreneurs, but you want to at least have money to date a girl, right? And it's just because like dating, it's going to be impossible if you're worried about where the money's coming from, you know, and you already have cool hobbies. Maybe you're traveling a lot and you're pretty successful with your life overall. It's just, you know, girls are just kind of like that last missing piece. And this is for you if you want a quality relationship, right? And especially this is for you if you're ready to change and you're coachable and you're ready to level up yourself right now, you know, now that you have your life together, you're ready to really level yourself up and really attract that dream partner. This is not for you if the following reasons: maybe you're broke, you're struggling check to check, and you're cheap, right? You won't be able to date if you're worried about paying for a date, right? You will not be able to date if you're worried about, like, on the date, you're just like, oh shit, man, she just ordered a second cup of wine, man. Or second glass of wine, this is gonna be expensive. Maybe I have to ask her to split the bill. Like, never ask her to split the bill on the first date. You're just not gonna get a second date, right? And this is especially not for you, dude, if you just wanna get hookups and get pussy. Go watch some pickup artist junk, or go watch some dating app, you know, course breakdown if all you wanna do is get pussy or something like that. This is just not for you, right? This is for professional men who, they have a great lifestyle already, but it's just the social skills might be lacking a little bit. They need to level it up to really get their dream girl. That is for the guys that this is for, and especially this is not for you if you're not serious. It's not that important, right? Only for the guys who know what they want and are ready. And so if you guys are that, let's move on. If you guys are not, if you kindly just get the fuck out. This is about as clear as I can put it, man. I want the guys that are just ready to change and they're serious about this stuff, because this video is going to impact you guys pretty tremendously. So let's move on for the guys that are ready. Now, proof of concept. This is me pre-heartbreak back in 2017. It's now almost 2024. Probably will be 2024 when you watch this video. But this is me 2017. This is not the girl I was with. It's actually one of my friends. It's a guy, you know, pretty muscular girl. But this is me in June 3rd, 2017. I was about to go through a really bad breakup with a girl I actually wrote about in my book. My bestseller, if you guys haven't read that, this is what it looks like. So, Waking the Core of Man. And I talk about this girl in this book, man. I go through this really bad breakup. And today I'm just a different person, it seems. Like, I haven't, like, changing is such just like an underwhelming word. It's just, I have really put in the work on myself. And I'm in my dream relationship today with Brittany, and that was just us in Cabo. If you haven't noticed the dolphin, we were swimming with dolphins, man. We went underwater. It's this really cool video I have on my Instagram. If you guys haven't followed me, go watch that video on Instagram of us swimming with this dolphin. It's just fucking, it was amazing. And we have our dream relationship. But, you know, I was going through a bad heartbreak, and I had some really bad limiting beliefs about myself that impacted my confidence tremendously. And we broke up, and it just shattered my confidence even more. And a lot of the stuff was just bled in from, my parents went through this really bad divorce growing up, and that was just kind of the start of my dents in my confidence. And you're gonna learn about some other things that really dented my confidence here in a second. But I started to, I guess, project a lot of the stuff that I saw in my parents, you know, bad relationships growing up into that relationship. And then we break up, and I tried to get her back, and she was just like, hey, I would never get back with a guy like you, like, ever, you know? And I was like, damn, that really just hit deep, you know, it just really just hit me in the soul, it felt like. And I was like, dude, I need to put in some work on myself and change, just because I don't like want to go through that again. It was terrible. And I put in the work, and now I have my dream relationship. It's going amazing. And yeah, like, there's still stuff that I need to work on too, right? Like patience at times, and maybe even being more generous at times, and maybe when to not be so generous, and when to kind of be bold and be harsh, right? Like, there's stuff that I'm still working on, but the fact is that I put in the work. And, you know, me pre-heartbreak to now having my dream relationship, we've been dating for 3.5 years now, and it's just a dream come true, it seems like, you know. And that could be you. Like, if I could do it, you guys could definitely do it. So we're gonna show you plenty more proof of concept, but this is the most important part right here. Like, if you guys can't perfect this, you know, this is something that you guys can't put in the work on, or you're like, you know what, I don't want to listen to this anymore. You're never gonna attract your quality relationship if you literally can't listen and get your hands dirty a little bit to this part, right? This is not the juiciest concept. This is not the sparkle or the cool text. This is not what that is. But this is going to help you. If you master this part right here, it will help you get your dream relationship. And step one is rebuilding the confidence after a divorce or breakup, or just building your confidence in general, right? Understand that healing takes time. If you're here from a divorce or a breakup, right? And it's okay to take a step back and focus on your self-improvement. Like, if you're not ready to, get back in the dating world and really work on this stuff, like, dude, exit out of the video, and come back when you are. A lot of you guys are ready to get back into it and you're kind of lost. And, for those guys, let's continue. But the worst thing you could do if you're trying to get back, and try to get your dream relationship is download Tinder. Don't do that, please. For the love of Jesus or God or whoever you worship, man, do not do that. Please don't download Tinder or any dating apps. Like, they just don't work. It's a gambling game. She's already talking about 80 dudes. That's not how I want to start a great relationship with a quality chick. She's talking to 80 dudes already online who are saying the same pickup line as everyone else, and as a professional guy, the most important part, as a professional guy like you, the last thing I'd want to do is download Tinder on my phone. I feel like that's cheap. I feel like it makes me feel cheap, makes me feel dirty, makes me feel lazy, and especially it's just Tinder is the clearance rack for human beings, right? So if you want to be on the clearance rack, go download Tinder. This is not the video for you, right? And especially one of the most important parts of this is that this will simply reinforce the beliefs that you aren't enough. When girls ghost you, like leave you on scene, etc., and like you have no idea why, it's gonna dent your confidence, because most guys who are coming out of a breakup are just gonna assume that she left you on red because you suck, basically, is what you're gonna interpret that. And like, it's gonna really damage your confidence, right? I was reading As a Man Thinketh the other day. My girlfriend and I were on vacation to the beach palace in Mexico, and that's just what I do on my vacation. I sit on the beach and I read books and I go in the ocean every hour. That's really what I do. And I'm pretty fucking lazy on vacation, but just what I want to do with my life right now when I'm making great money and want to travel with my chick. And I was reading this book again, As a Man Thinketh, and said in the book that people will pay large sums of money to cure health problems after they exist, but have failed to learn the principles to a healthy life. And what the principles to a healthy life are, literally at the root, being healthy, right? If you want a quality relationship, it's not about, oh, I need to do a pickup line, or oh, I need to download Tinder, right? That's not quality. It's about being a quality man internally, and that's what we work on in my program, is developing that confidence from the inside out. And so we're getting kind of like sidetracked here for a second, but there's a great lesson in it about confidence. And back when I was in high school, a long time ago actually, wow, time flies. But I remember like it was my dream in high school to literally just get a girlfriend, basically, and just a really cute, hot chick girlfriend. And also it was my goal to be a varsity starter on the football team. And I literally worked my ass off basically my entire life. Get to high school, worked 4 years, even more in high school, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, to be a varsity starter, literally being a tackle dummy on the JV squad like for 3 years in a row. And I get to my senior year and I'm like, this is my time. Like, I'm gonna be a starting person for this really great football team. And the coaches literally recruited 2 other guys from a different school to come in, took my spot. And then literally one day they're just like, I remember it shattered me. I was standing with like the varsity guys on the #1 squad, and the coaches were like, hey man, we're gonna need you to go back to the JV squad. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I literally like worked my entire life, it seemed like, just to be a varsity starter. And I was the first guy ever at that school as a senior to be put back on the JV squad. It shattered me. And I don't know if it was a vendetta against me or not, but I remember they told me like, hey man, like, I went up and talked to them. I was just like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, I've worked my ass off for this. Like, what can I do to just get some playing time, or at least like, I don't even have to start out. Like, just let me get some playing time, like at least right on the varsity team. And they're just like, hey dude, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, you don't have what they have, and you never will, right? And they basically said, like, I remember they were talking to like some other kids. They were like making fun of me on the senior squad that were like starting, and he was just like, yeah, like, he's never gonna amount to anything, is what they said about me behind my back. One of my friends told me they said that. It pissed me off. I remember I was crying and it sucked. And it really taught me though to play the long game, and you can do anything that you put your mind to, and like how powerful the mind truly is. A lot of you guys don't realize, how powerful being truly confident really is. From me literally, these coaches tell me I was never going to amount to anything, to me having a really amazing relationship, building all the stuff that you see on behind me with the plaques and the awards that I have with millions of followers online, and just crushing it with client results, and just getting result after result with clients who are getting the dream relationship. Like, yeah, amounting to nothing looks pretty fucking good, doesn't it? But I've kind of put this twice. I'm not really sure why. But the main point of that lesson was just how powerful the mind truly is. And As a Man Thinketh, where I was going with that, I don't know why I copied and pasted it twice, but is that you need to learn that if you really want to have a quality relationship, you need to be quality from the inside out, right? And I have an example from Weston in my program about how confident people think with the interpretation, and I'll share this audio with you in a second, but literally I'll show you some client results just to prove how powerful this stuff truly is, and we're going to talk about some gold in a moment with interpretation. But Ian in my program, he literally is in his 40s. He has a family, came out of a pretty bad divorce. And what happened with him was that he went through this divorce and he came to me and he's just like, dude, I feel rusty. It feels like it's almost impossible to talk to chicks. And literally just 2 weeks in the program, he's like, dude, I just had an amazing date with a beautiful brunette that I met last night. And she came and picked me up at my house after lunch, then made out at my house afterwards. See the text section for screenshots leading up to that. Like literally 2 weeks in the program, professional dude, right? Like has his entire life in order, makes amazing money. But he was just like, dude, like I just can't talk to the girls that I really want and think I deserve. 2 weeks in the program, he's already crushing it. The only thing we've worked on so far is confidence, right? We're not even close to finished where he's gonna be. He has so much more, right? A lot of you guys are just like that. Like you have so much potential and you're literally only 2 to 3 weeks away from just your entire life flipping upside down and just being amazing. Like you're so close. And I'll go to Lance next and then Weston. I'll share with his audio what he was kind of talking about. But Lance Lucky said, I'm starting to meet people more and more every day, opening everyone I come in contact with, honing in my diet and exercise. Went for my first swimming workout today and swam 1,000 yards. Lots of hotties around the community center. Lance, you know, he's getting back into it. He went through a divorce and he's literally rebuilding his entire life. He came to me so unconfident. He was basically ready to just like be done with life. And as fucked up as it sounds, but I was just like, dude, like you have so much potential, man. I was like, dude, just don't give up, man. Just brick by brick, apply what we teach. And you know, he had faith and dove in the program with me and he's rebuilding his life. And it's like, imagine where he's gonna be at in 30, 60 days from now. You know, that he had the guts to restart after a really bad divorce where the wife basically she lost attraction from him day by day by day. He didn't know how to fix it. And then they divorced and they basically like, he just had shattered confidence like I had once. And I was like, dude, I was just like you, man. You're gonna change. But Weston, let me pull up his audio here really quick. So he basically sent me this. Let me turn up the volume.
Changed it. I know I keep saying that, but just assuming they're always hitting on you just totally takes the pressure off when they're extremely hot. And it just makes it so easy. And I'm just really happy that I invested.
So that was Weston right here, as you can see. Weston Moody in the program. And basically what he was talking about right there, I just kind of clipped it and recorded it from the screen. But he's a great dude, has a great company that he runs, a roofing business. And that's him with his chick right there, the Winch Channel, his girlfriend now. But he was driving a McLaren, I believe it's a McLaren, around in Arizona, just having fun with his chick. And it's cool to see that stuff, right? Super inspiring. But he was talking about something very, very important, which is the interpretation. And this is where things are going to get pretty fucking juicy. So what he means with the interpretation is that this is what it looks like to be truly confident in what it looks like. And I can't explain it without actually giving you examples. So let's move into number 2, step 2 of the guide here. And this is going to make so much more sense with interpretation and confidence, seeing it actually applied, right? So step 2 is mastering your competence, the art of flirting and attraction. Competence basically means your ability to get the job done, right? You need the confidence to go up and approach her, or the courage at first. And then competence is your ability to flirt and actually attract her and build attraction to the point where she's asking for your number, she's approaching you, or she's even asking you on a date. So many of you guys say you feel uncomfortable or awkward around girls. And remember, do not use pickup lines, right? Do not use pickup lines because pickup lines are the opposite of confident. It basically means that you're fake, you're faking it, you think that some line's just gonna get her attracted to you. And sometimes, very rarely, they might actually click and make her laugh. But if you don't have that confidence deep down, it's gonna be impossible for you to actually sustain it and build that to a relationship. This is the interpretation that Weston was talking about right here, is that you need to assume that interest is mutual, right? You make yourself believe that you're awkward because you think she's not interested, but assuming she is interested will cause you to spit gold. And before we get to the examples here, what this basically means is that you need to assume confident people, right? People that are truly deep down confident, they're going to interpret every situation as in their favor. This is what I'm talking about. This is where the brain is just so powerful and you guys don't even understand it for your confidence. Confidence comes from internal. It comes from your brain and your thinking, right? You need to interpret it that everything she basically does, she does it because she likes you, right? This is that you're gonna be like, holy shit, this is gonna blow your fucking mind, right? Because most guys who are not confident, they're gonna assume that whatever she's doing is because she doesn't like you, or it's gonna reinforce your belief that she doesn't like you. For example, one time I had this chick, the most beautiful chick in the rollerblading alley. I talk about her in my book, right? There was guys going up hitting on her all fucking night long, right? She's just waving them off like they're gnats, right? Just get off me, get off me. No, I don't want a fucking snow cone. Like, you know, get off me. And at the end of the night, there's these little locker bays, right? Her locker happened to just be by fate right next to mine. And so I'm standing there, I'm just like, damn, I got the hottest chick in this place I've ever seen, dude. So hot that it makes other chicks nervous, right? She's next to me. She's laughing with her friend. I'm with my friend, and she's on her phone or something like that. She drops it and it lands by my feet, right? And I kind of notice it, but I act like I don't see it. And because I realize that everyone else that night is just, they're walking up to her, they're hitting on her, right? So she bends down, she picks up her phone, and on her way up, she bumps into my ass with her elbow or something like that. Now, this is where a confident versus unconfident person thinks, right? So she bends down, picks it up, bumps into my ass. What does that mean? It means whatever you want it to mean, right? To a confident person, it means, damn, this girl just tried to touch my ass, right? She's trying to hit on me. To an unconfident person, person, it just means, oh, it was an accident. This is what confidence looks like, right? So many guys tell you, just be confident. This is what it is. Interpretation is everything to confidence and competence, right? So she bends down, picks it up, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And I turn to her because interpretation always equals your response. This is what we teach in the program, right? Your interpretation. She bumps into my ass, right? I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I turn to her, I'm just like, wow, you're forward. Something like that, right? Wow, you're forward. Is this how you flirt with somebody? And that's when the tests come out, right? She's like, you think I'm flirting with you? And this is where you actually need to be able to be competent to pass her tests. But being confident all stems from your interpretation. Unconfident person, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he'd be like, oh, it's okay. He'd just be like, yeah, it was an accident. She wasn't trying to hit on me. No girls hit on me. Unconfident ways of thinking. Stop thinking and interpreting things in unconfident ways and start interpreting things in confident manners. Like, that's what it is, right? I can't say it like more clearly than that. That is what you need. That's what we teach you in my program. Like, that is how you actually get quality chicks, is with that confident interpretation, right? And so where we're going with this is like, let's say a girl says, you're too old for me. What do you say? Ian got that test, right? And we taught him how to pass that pretty quickly. So a girl's like, let's say like you're 40 and this girl's 25. She comes up to you, right? She's like, I just feel like you're a little bit too old for me. And he'd be like, baby, it doesn't matter anyways, because you're too young for me, right? Or like, let's say that a girl comes up to you. She's 25. She comes up to you. You're in your 40s. And she's like, how old are you? You're just like, it doesn't matter. You're too young for me. Or like, you're too old for me. You're too old for me would work so much better. Just because, she's 25. She's already young, right? You're just like, doesn't matter, baby. You're too old for me anyways. She'd be like, what? Let's say it's the flip, right? Flip section. Like, you're an older guy. Let's say you're younger, actually. You're in your 26, 27, 28, 30 years old, let's say. A girl who's 40, she's banging, she's a MILF, she comes up to you. And she's like, so how old are you? And you're like, it doesn't matter. You're too young for me. And she's older than you, right? And you're just like, you're too young for me. I want an older, more mature woman, with experience. Would be preferable. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm older than you, right? So it actually makes her react, because if you just answer the age test like a logical, nice guy, then she's gonna start testing you, because she's like, oh, you're so cute, you're so young. Or she'd be like, oh, you're too old for me, right? So you can't answer that. It's a trap. Girl says you have no ass. I used to be really skinny back in the day before I fucking just beefed up, as you can see, man. I'm not that beefed up, but like, I've gotten bigger, let's say. I've gained like 20 or 30 pounds of muscle, I think. Since then. But a girl says, you have no ass. I got that all the time back in the day. You have no ass. She's testing you, right? I would just be like, we're twins. She'd be like, what? I have an ass? And it just makes her react so perfectly. Girl says, what do you want to do? I'd be like, go to bed with you. But for now, I think we should just start with dinner. You flirt with every girl. My girlfriend Lily will say that. She's like, you flirted with every single girl. Like, you're just a flirt back in the day, right? I'm just like, baby, let's get one thing straight. They flirted with me, okay? I had nothing to do with it. She's like, you're so fucking annoying. It's so funny, dude. Don't be afraid to have intent, right? And be authentic. You're stating how you feel about her without actually confessing your feelings for her, right? When she says, what do you want to do? Let's say for dinner, right? She's talking about dinner, but you're interpreting it as she's talking about what do you want to do with her sexually, right? That's how that's how confident people interpret it. So she's like, what do you want to do? AKA for dinner. But she didn't say that. So she's like, what do you want to do? And you're just like, are we talking about you or dinner? She's like, dinner. She's like, oh yeah, dinner, of course. Like, I wasn't thinking anything different, of course. And she'd be like, yeah, okay. That's how you be flirty right there. It works so fucking good, man. Literally, Nick, from my program, like, he said that he struggled with talking to girls, and he joined my program, and it was just really uncomfortable. He said that he was seeing a therapist, and literally 2 months into my program, and when he first started, he was dating a different chick, but he was like, I think I could do better. I really just believe I could do better and deserve better. And so we started to talk to higher quality women, and he's like, dude, I have all the ladies talking about Nick, the new guy there, and now they have a date lined up for Wednesday. I think it was like this week. He was just like, dude, I've been dating this girl for 3 weeks now that I met in the CrossFit gym. Like, and this dude literally 2 months ago, like, he could barely like talk to like a 5, like out of 10. And now he's literally dating just the hottest chicks wherever he goes. It's that easy, right? It literally is that easy. Literally building connections is also key to competence, is that mystery on a date plus the 20-second close. Like, I'll explain that. This is like an interest chart, and you start here, right? Because you approach her and she starts here, but her interest goes up over time as you talk to her, as you build attraction. But you also have to build a connection and rapport with her. Let's say you're on a date with her. If you just stay in like gear 1 or 2, where you're just flirting and teasing, right? And push pull and all that shit, eventually she's gonna be like, okay, this guy's just a playboy. Like, you have to have some genuine, authentic approach about you, where you're just like, like, I feel like there's just a deeper story about you. Like, there's more to you that meets the eye. Like, I don't know, did you go through like bankruptcy when you were younger? And have that deep conversation with the girl. Talk about her heartbreaks and what she's been through. That's what's gonna really make her connect with you, right? Not this boring, like, oh, where are you from? Where'd you go to school? Blah, blah, blah. Like, really deep conversation that she's never told anyone. You wanna get there, right? And eventually scale up to closing, which is step number 3. Now, sealing the deal, taking action, and building a lasting relationship. What that looks like is that girls cannot stand indecision, right? When I'm on a call with a guy and he's like, oh, think about this, right? When I'm like on a prospect call for a guy who wants to join my program and he's like, I'll think on this, I'll think about this. I'm just like, dude, like, how you do anything is how you do everything. Girls can't stand indecision, right? Like, they just can't. I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, this is exactly your fucking problem. Y'all gotta think about it, right? Like, you think that overthinking is gonna fix the overthinking by thinking about it, right? As confusing as it sounds, exactly. That's why it's so confusing. confusing. And moving on from that is that men shouldn't be focused on a relationship. Women will come to you after 8 weeks and want a relationship when you do everything right that I talk about with the confidence and the attraction and the rapport building and the date by date. Start by subtly influencing her to think about a relationship early on. You know, what do you want in a man? Date 3. My mom was asking about you actually, and she's like, wait, you told your parents about me? It subtly implies that you're getting things a little bit more serious with her. You're turning up the heat without confessing your feelings. You're doing it in roundabout, very mysterious ways. So I put this right here about date 3, you know, like, oh, my mom was asking about you. Oh, you told your parents about me? Telling parents is a sign to a woman that it's getting a little bit more serious without you being like, yeah, I want a relationship, right? It's just like right in between there. It's like, what does that mean? Does he do that with every girl? Is what she starts to wonder about. You will know after the first date if you did it correctly. If she texts you after, you know, being like, oh, like, thank you so much. I had a really great fucking date. And you do that literally for 8 weeks, and she's gonna want a relationship if you nail it every single fucking time. Right? Something that helps me is when I'm like, hey, text me when you get home safely. Most guys start acting too nice around date 2 to 6, and it causes her to lose attraction, right? He becomes attached to an outcome. And most guys are like, oh, like, I'm doing good. I can sit back and relax. I can be too nice. Like, no, you want to hang out with her. You want to have fun with her, take her on amazing, memorable dates, make her remember everything, right? Just have so much fun with these unique dates and the conversations, just so bonding and connecting all the way up until she wants a relationship, right? It's all you need to focus on as a man. It's really fucking easy. And especially your mindset needs to be like, I'm a catch. Any girl who is with me is lucky, right? You have to really believe that from your core. And especially, like I said, plan memorable dates, be attentive to her needs, touch barrier, right? Build the touch barrier on the date and try to actually go for more around date 2 to 3. See if you can actually sleep with her, and then demonstrate consistency in your actions. Because if you don't even sleep with her and build the touch barrier, then she's just going to assume that you're not really interested in her. And these are some more wins from my program. Just Jeff and Wild William. Like, Jeff actually just got dumped by his fiance, and he was like, dude, I need to get back into it. And I was like, dude, we'll get you back into it, man. We'll get it going. And Wild William, really successful entrepreneur, and he's obviously attracted his dream girl. If you guys need help with this stuff and like you're ready to change and like you really know that there's something that has to change, you're not sure what it is, there's a call link in the description below. Book in a call with me and let's get you going in the program, right? There's options to split it up payment wise. Like, there's all that stuff that you guys can do, but it's just like, I want to help more guys, you know, be successful and attract their quality partner. And so if that's you guys, you can also message me on Instagram or Facebook, ask me questions about it. We'll hop on a call. I'll see if it's a great fit. But if you're sure that this is right for you and you're serious and you meet all those criteria about a guy with a decent income, you know that you're ready to change something, let's hop on a call and let's get you in the program, because you'd crush it if you meet those criteria as all these other guys. And so on that note, I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and I'll see you guys in the next video.